Hi, good afternoon, folks. In this video, I want to do my own mock draft of the Seattle Kraken. My version of it, who I would pick. I got some ideas coming up. Okay. Yes, I'm back, folks. So, no, operation didn't happen, but I had some work, so I made a bit of money, and I jump on that when I can. But long story short, hospital mix-up. My mix-up. It was my bad. It was. I had two hospitals on the whim going, and long story short, not yet. All right, so I'm here now. What I'm going to do with this draft, I'm going to start from the back up. I told you guys that's how I like to build a team. And I want you guys to check this out. Tell me what you think after, who you might have had that I picked, things like that. But I've got my own picks here, and I didn't. Anyway, we're going to start with the goaltending. I'm going to start with the goaltending up. Okay. So here we go. You're going to see this. I'm going to put it up on the board. There you go. And yes, yep, I'm doing it. I'm taking Carey Price. So my whole mock draft was based on getting Carey Price, and I got a few surprises also on forwards after we'll look at. Okay, so look, I got Carey Price, and then I took from Washington, I took Vitek Vanacek, and then also from Florida, Chris Driedger. So you can see right there. That's my goaltending trio that I slapped together. Now, on defense. Yes, everybody's taking him. I took Mark Giordano from Calgary. Then I took Colin Miller from Buffalo. And I think a sleeper is Dylan DeMello from Winnipeg. I mean, this is one solid defenseman. This is a very underrated defenseman, actually. I think, believe it or not, of all the defensemen, I think he will probably turn out to be the best bet of the bunch. Then I got from Minnesota, Carson Soucy. From Detroit, Troy Stecher. And as we go down from Anaheim, I took Hayden Fleury. From Ottawa, I took Joshua Brown. From Boston, Jeremy Lozo. And as we go down to the restricted, there's 3 restricted free agents, you'll notice now. I got Jake Bean from Carolina, Cal Foote from Tampa, and we all know Nikita Zadorov from Chicago. So that fills out my defense, the defense I put together. And the idea with this defense, I'll throw it up there one more time for a sec. If you look, the way I designed it, okay, was there's one guy that's in his 30s. Just one. I did the same thing for forwards and the same thing with goalies. We got 3 guys in their 30s. And also, if you look, there's no unrestricted free agents they got to worry about in defense to sign. That comes next year. So let me open up the forwards in a second, guys. Give me 1 second. I'll leave that up for a sec. And you can tell me how many that you guys have after, you know. All for fun. It was kind of fun to slap together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll throw up the forwards now I came up with. You're going to laugh. I got kind of greedy. Yes, I did. It'll make sense in the end because I put together what I consider the most talent I could get for the buck. You know? All right, look at the forwards here. Okay, let me open it. All right, I can see it now with you guys also. All right, yes, I took Vladimir Tarasenko also. So I took some pretty big names, you'll notice. I took Tarasenko, I took Price, and I took Jordan Eberle. So I took Tarasenko. He'll have the top cap hit of all the forwards because I do believe he'll get healthy. Jordan Eberle. Then Max Domi. Yep, Brandon Tanev. Just to mess up the Penguins a little. And then Alexander Kerfoot from Toronto. If you'll notice in their position, I take a lot of center depth as much as I could. Then I took JT Compher from the Avalanche next. So we're looking at 7-5, 5-5, 5-3, 3-5, 3-5, 3-5. Then I took Tyler Pitlick from the Coyotes next. And then we start with the lower contracts. I took Zach McEwen from the Canucks. And from the Devils, I took Nathan Bastian. The Rangers, Julian Gauthier. Well, it's really pronounced Gauthier, but I heard Gauthier, but it's really, I would pronounce that Gauthier living in Montreal, just so you know. And then from Dallas, Joe L'Esperance. So that is, and then rounding out the bottom, I like Samuel Moore, and I think that's a sleeper pick. He's unrestricted, mind you, though. So that's there's 3 unrestricteds I took. Then from Edmonton, Dominic Cahoon. From San Jose, Ryan Donato. And most of these guys looking for contracts, you'll notice, are mid-20s. I wanted to stick around that area for guys that are needing contracts, you know. And then from LA, Andreas Athanasiou, I believe is the way it's said. Former Oiler, I believe. Right? And rounding it out, this was one I was trying so hard to squeeze in on this roster, was Michael Granlund. I did want to get him on this roster. So I managed to do that also. Now, give me a second. Okay, as you can see up there, I got 30 drafted. I'm supposed to take 14 forwards. I took 16. I'm supposed to take minimum 11 defense. 9 defense. I took 11. Minimum 3 goalies. I took 3. Players under contract, I had to have 20. I got 21. And the cap had to be minimum 48.9 between 81.5 before they do all the other numbers there. As you see, the max cap hit was 80.7 right there. And now what I'll do is I'll give you the final numbers. What it looks like basically on the roster. Give me one sec here. Okay, so take a look at that. That is my projected cap hit is 66.3. I got 15.1 in space to sign the unrestricted and the restricted free agents. And of course I drafted 30 players like I was supposed to. Then I'll put this down. And that is my draft. I had some fun putting that together. I had some ideas with some other players, but to be honest, I kind of based my draft, okay, on getting Tarasenko and Carey Price. And people say, well, that's high risk. Well, yeah, but if they both pay off, imagine the kind of year this club could have this season. You know what I mean? It could be a very, very successful first year for Seattle if Price has a great season and Tarasenko comes back from surgery and he's doing really good, and things could fall into place for this club very quickly, you know? And I made sure I put some veteran leadership on there too. You notice in the back end I had like Giordano, and I put Colin Miller. I figured the experienced guys you have to have them too. You can't just have, you know, young and up and coming players that could be good players. You know, you got to have established players too. So anyway, that's it. That was my my take on it all. I got one more video I want to make with you guys this morning, and then I'm going to be busy this afternoon. I will be here this evening, okay? Maybe I'll talk to you guys after the draft, though. I had a busy night last night, though, when I came in because, guys, as I told you, I'm also a Bucks fan in the NBA, and for me to see my team in the finals was freaking me out, but to see them actually wrap it up last night was sweet. Not 1/10 as sweet as watching the Sabres win a Stanley Cup would ever be, but for me, it was still a sweet moment, you know? So, okay, so on that note, I'm going to stop the video here. I got one more I'm going to make with you guys. A little strange video today, and I'm going to get to some Buffalo Sabres stuff tonight because we're going to have a better idea if, you know, and don't forget, I'm basing this idea here of Carey Price that Jack isn't going to Seattle. Now, you know, but they still could swing things. There's 16 million open, you know, there's time to swing things, and anything's possible. All right, I'll see you in the next video, guys.